If you're looking for a modern twist on a classic modification, well then you'll want to check out MP Concept's rear window louvers that we have here today for the 2011 and newer Charger. Now this extremely popular option will combine a one-piece molded ABS plastic build along with that smooth matte black finish, all for the low $200 price point. Install is going to be a pretty soft 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, guys. I would say take an hour at absolute most from start to finish, but if you hang with me for a bit, we'll walk you through that job later in the video. So rear window louvers are definitely one of those love it or hate it modifications that tend to really appeal to Charger owners who want to evoke some of that classic muscle car styling of the 60s and 70s. Now, seeing as though Dodge has really made certain efforts to retain portions of that retro styling, even on the new cars, I would say they work very well and definitely help nail that old school look. Now, with that being said, the MP Concepts option that we have here on the table with me today, in my opinion, is going to be a slightly more modern take on that classic design thanks to the more angular look or shape, which actually works great on the newer cars like the latest Charger and Challengers. Now, if you did prefer more of that OG aluminum flat straight panel look, well, we do have a few options on the site that will stick to that original recipe. So as always, guys, feel free to check out the rest of our selection back on the site before pulling the trigger. But with all that out of the way, let's take a closer look at what you can expect here with the MP Concepts option. And right out of the box, guys, you're gonna be looking at an injection molded ABS plastic one-piece design. Now, me personally, I really like the one-piece design when we're talking rear window louvers, as it typically offers less movement compared to a bolt-together option and just makes the install and removal a much easier process. Now, this particular option does feature the matte black finish. It is a smooth finish, which to me, I think the matte black kind of goes for more of that classic vibe. But if you do prefer a gloss option instead, MP has an exact replica to this with that gloss finish back on the site that you can grab for a few bucks more. But guys, this is a very popular option here on the site and does have over 100 4- and 5-star reviews with a ton of customer submitted images, which, by the way, it's always a great way to get a better idea of just how this louver might look on your own ride at home. Finally, guys, this kit does include all of the mounting plates with the 3M automotive tape needed for the installation. Now, speaking of which, guys, this is one of those installs that will really only be as good as your prep work. Now, what I mean by that is you really want to make sure to take your time, clean that back window first thoroughly, along with using the included alcohol prep pads and adhesion promoter. Trust me, guys, doing all of this and doing it correctly will go a long way. But now, to give you a better idea of just what to expect with the install itself, check out our detailed walkthrough and breakdown.
Tools used for this install: microfiber towel, quick detailer, 1/4-inch drive ratchet, 8mm socket. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to have my louvers out on this workbench, and we're going to go through what's in the kit. This kit supplies us with some metal brackets with 8mm nuts on it. Also gives us alcohol wipes and gives us our adhesive that's going to hold our brackets to our window. Also in the kit is a activator. We're going to use that when we get the red cover off the adhesive backing so that we can use this to make the adhesive stick harder to the window. So now what we'll do is we'll get our metal brackets and we'll start putting our 3M double-sided tape onto our brackets. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our alcohol swab that is supplied in our kit. We're going to wipe the back of our metal bracket. Then we're going to take our double-sided tape. We're going to take the yellow part off, leave the red still on, and we're going to apply that to our metal bracket. Give it a good rub down, and now we'll repeat that process. So now we have our double-sided tape on our brackets. We're going to install our brackets onto the back side of our louvers. I'm going to remove our 8mm nut. And then just snug it up. Now you're going to want to finish installing the rest of your brackets. Now that we have all our brackets on our louvers, what we're going to do next is the kit's going to come with this inhibitor, which you're going to end up using to brush onto your pads where you put your 3M adhesive tape on. It's going to make these pads stick very firmly onto the window. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove our red backing from our pads, and you're going to take this with the brush, and what we're going to do is end up brushing this onto the adhesive. Now, on our vehicle, we're not going to do that because we're going to be removing this product, but you're going to want to do that and then repeat that onto each pad. So now what I'm going to do is start removing our red adhesive backing, and you're going to want to repeat this to the rest of the pads. So now we're going to take our other alcohol swab and we're going to wipe our window. Now you're going to go up about maybe an inch or so, inch and a half, and just try to get any kind of oil or grease off. And I'll repeat this to the other side. Now we're ready to install our louvers. All right, so now we're going to install our louvers. I got Joe here going to give me a hand so we can line them up properly. We're going to take them, put them on the window. Look over your way, okay? All right, sounds good. And we're just going to sit it in place and give a push down around the edges. And our louvers are in. So now that we got our louvers in place, what we're going to do next is we're going to remove our 8mm nuts around there so we can remove our louvers and press down on our brackets. Now that we got all our 8mm nuts loose, we're going to remove our louvers so that we can press down on our brackets. Now with our louvers off, we're going to be able to press down on our brackets to make sure they're secure to our glass. So you just go around and press down on them. And you'll want to repeat this procedure for the rest of the brackets. Now that I have all my brackets pressed and secured to the glass, I'm going to reinstall our louvers and then install our 8mm nuts. So now we'll install our 8mm nuts. Now you're going to just want to repeat the same procedure for the rest of the nuts. Now that we have all our 8mm nuts in place, I'm going to tighten them with my 8mm socket on my 1/4" drive ratchet. And all you're going to want to do is give them a little snug. And now you're going to want to repeat that same procedure for the rest of the nuts. Last thing we're going to do is install our sponge underneath our louvers. That way, when you're doing 80 miles an hour on the highway, this thing's not flapping around. So it's pretty simple. You're going to remove the backing, put the sticky side towards the louver, lift up a little bit, keep it flat, shove it underneath, push down, and now I'm going to repeat that on the rest of them. That wraps up this review and install of our MP Concepts rear window louvers in matte black for 11 to 21 Chargers. Thanks for watching, and for all things Charger, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.